My husband cheated and gave me an STD while I'm currently pregnant. New update. My husband cheated and gave me an STD while I'm currently pregnant. July 28, 2024. I'm currently 8 weeks into my pregnancy. I had gone for a routine pap smear and STD screening. A few days later, I tested positive for gonorrhea. I had never cheated on my husband and never expected that he cheated on me. When I confronted him with the test results, he seemed genuinely shocked and insisted there had to be a mix-up with the results. He swore up and down that he had been faithful and there was no way that it could be true. I insisted that he get tested. He agreed to do it, and as the days passed, he admitted that he had met a woman online and had sex with her. He claimed it was a mistake, and he couldn't answer why he did it. He said the woman meant doing to him and it was a one-time thing. I'm disgusted and feel betrayed knowing that he put me at such risk. Our pregnancy was planned, so we were actively trying before I got pregnant, and he had no regard for that. The thought of continuing the pregnancy while dealing with this betrayal is overwhelming. I'm considered having an abortion because the idea of bringing a child in the mix is crazy to me. I don't think I can ever forgive him. I feel like crap for thinking of having an abortion. I just can't see myself continuing this marriage and having a baby with him. Relevant MMENTS from Noop. Greater than I'm already on the verge of losing my mind, just from knowing he had unprotected sex with a random woman, risking my life and our unborn baby. I would rather not dig into what he's been up to online, as I think that would cause even more pain for me. REDMANDOLIN 8. Greater than does the STD risk the health of the baby? I think many of them do. With that in mind, I would end the pregnancy, unless you are in your late 30s or 40s and really think this is your one shot at a child and it's your greatest dream to the extent of doing it single. Definitely terminate the marriage. He is a slime ball. Of greater than it was caught early and I was treated. Me and baby are safe. July 30th, 2024. Finally decided to find out the truth about his affair. I figured out my husband's email password and discovered that he's been on dating sites for months. I also found a woman's name and email address from hotel bookings he forwarded to her. I googled her information, found out where she worked, and called her. When she picked up, I got scared and hung up, but she called back, and we had a long conversation. She said that she didn't know he was married and kept apologizing. She told me that if my husband and I have been intimate in the past few weeks, I should get tested because he gave her an STD. I was shocked because I thought she had given it to him. She said he gaslighted her, making it seem like she got it from someone else. I told her he did the same to me. I didn't mention that I'm pregnant. She said she cut him off and is considering suing him over it. They met on Tinder and had been seeing each other for 6 months. Although I initially thought she should have known he was married, but I believe her because my husband isn't on social media. He has an Insta account but doesn't post pictures. She confirmed that they had sex multiple times, contradicting his claim that it was a one-time thing. She said they spent time in hotels until she felt comfortable inviting him to her apartment. We came to the conclusion that she was just one of the women he was involved with because he gave both of us an STD. Hearing all this made me sick. Knowing there are other women, I feel stupid for not realizing what was going on, and probably wouldn't have found out if it wasn't for the STD results. My husband doesn't know what I've discovered or that I've spoken to her. This is incredibly tough. I'm heartbroken and conflicted about whether I should schedule an abortion, but finding this out is pushing me towards that decision. Relevant MMENTS. For rattle. Greater than it's heartbreaking that you have to make this choice at all. Until recently, you thought your marriage was intact and this pregnancy was wanted. Greater than, but I'd really consider whether you want to be tied to this man for the rest of your life and have to co-parent with someone who is this cavalier with your health and well-being. Of greater than I wish I didn't have to make this tough decision. I don't want to co-parent with him, but at the same time, I feel so bad about having an abortion. My fear is that it might be a big regret that I won't be able to get over. It's so frustrating because each decision is heartbreaking either way. Commenter. Greater than, how did she not suspect he was married, even though she had never been to his house or met his important friends and family in 6 months? Greater than, remember, the baby is innocent in half of you. Of greater than she's actually met one of his close friends who's also married, which might mean that his friend is also having an affair. I don't know for sure, but if his friend is okay with meeting my husband's AP, my guess is Hito has an AP. I'm pretty sure his wife, who is my friend, doesn't know about this. Thoughtful Muser. Greater than, the most important gift you give your child is an amazing father. It sounds like you have a horrible narcissist on your hands. If you go through with this pregnancy, he will be in your life for the rest of your life and play horrible mind games on you and your child. Going through pregnancy is one of the most vulnerable experiences of your life. When you're pregnant, you risk injury or death. Imagine if something happened to you. and your newborn baby was handed to this monster as the sole caretaker of an innocent life. Greater than be thankful, you have clarity now, while you still have time to make decisions and truly think of your future. Greater than you can't trust anything he says about improving. He capable and willing to lie without remorse. If he feel badly, it's just that he feels badly for getting caught, not for cheating. Of greater than if I decide to go through with this pregnancy, I would want nothing to do with him and would prefer that he not be part of this experience or the child's life. I know that's selfish to say, and it's also impossible because he will make our lives hell. August 9, 2024. I'm almost 10 weeks pregnant. I've scheduled an abortion, and I'm feeling so guilty about it. My mind keeps changing. Should I have my baby? I'm terrified that I'll regret it and feel terrible for terminating an innocent life. I'm also anxious about the possibility of never being able to get pregnant again. But then I think, maybe I'm doing the right thing. The thought of dealing with this man for the next 18 years is overwhelming. We'd still be in each other's lives because we'd share a child. I'm just all over the place, and I feel sick having to make this decision. We haven't spoken in weeks. He doesn't know I'm planning an abortion. Not sure if I'm doing the right thing by not letting him know about it. I filed for divorce, and it feels like I'm dealing with two major losses at once. I'm so stressed and unsure how I'll survive this. If I have the abortion, I can move on with my life peacefully, cut all ties, avoid custody battles, never having to see or hear from him again, no longer dealing with his lies and deceit. If I keep the baby, list is from someone in my comments. Thank you. Him wanting to be there during your pregnancy. Him wanting to make decisions about your baby from the name to anything else you can think of. His family and their opinions. Him wanting to be there during the birth. Him and his family trying to gaslight your child into believing you're a bad person and daddy is perfect. Him being your child's role model. Having to ask for his permission to make decisions like traveling or where you live. Your child having a stepmom and maybe step-siblings who might not treat him well. Your child meeting multiple girlfriends. You being forced to let him take care of the child. He will be free to have a parenting style completely different than yours. And if he's immature and petty, he might do things the opposite way you like them to just to piss you off. Dealing with his emotional divided by mental divided by financial issues. Never knowing whether he's telling the truth or lying about all kinds of things. Did he feed the baby? Did he take care of his cold the way you told him to? Why did the child get hurt? Could you trust him to be sincere? Could you trust him to be honest? If he makes a mistake that hurts your child, even if coming clean would help the child, or will he hide it and lie the way he did with his cheating? Don't tell mommy we did this divided by you saw this divided. I told you this divided by you ate this. Him being nosy about your personal life, including when you start dating or get into a relationship or marry. I'm his father. I have a right to know who's the guy he's gonna live with and crap like that. You can be sure your romantic life would suffer if he behaves that way. Not many good men want to get involved in that kind of situations. Him using the kid to manipulate you. Relevant MMENTS. Sister ranked. Greater than every single point you have made is absolutely valid. He will use the child against you. He might even think that having the baby is his way back to you. You'll need help or feel differently once the baby is here. Anything is possible. Of greater than him might try to use the baby as a way to get me back. And I'm not sure if I'd be strong enough to resist, especially with all the hormones from being pregnant. But taking him back is not an option for me. There's no way we can move forward from this. I don't trust him anymore. And what he did to me is unforgivable. 4,459,691. Greater than up. Greater than think of it this way. Greater than the person who is supposed to defend and protect you is so selfish that he gave you and possibly your baby an STD just to satisfy a passing urge. Greater than this is who he is. Stuck in Nowhereville. Greater than this would be the person making decisions on how to raise the baby. Of greater than he's not someone I trust to make decisions on raising our baby. August 15, 2024. I had an abortion yesterday, and I'm not sure how to feel. It was a difficult decision, but I believed it was the right one. There was no way I could keep the baby under these circumstances. No, I just feel numb. I haven't told him, and we haven't spoken since I left him after discovering he gave me an STD. I know that when he finds out, he'll likely try to paint me as the worst person. I'm not sure if he deserves to know the truth, or should I just say I had a miscarriage.